What's up, everybody? Jesse Daly here in the Caribbean. I hold a certificate in weather forecasting from Penn State University. My friends, let's take a very quick look at the latest Global Tropics Hazards Outlook issued on June 17th by the Climate Prediction Center. All right, my friends, let's jump right into the brand new Global Tropics Hazards Outlook that has been issued by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Climate Prediction Center on Tuesday, June 17th. And my friends, we are looking at the weeks into the future, valid June 25th to July 1st, and then July 2nd to July 8th. We can see the Atlantic Basin is relatively quiet, not a lot happening. I am in the Caribbean, as I've mentioned, so we're not seeing much of anything develop. There's a lot of high pressure dominating. We're having breeze from that. It's helping to suppress cyclonic development across the Atlantic. We're also getting some Saharan dust that is also helping to prevent cyclonic development. Eastern Pacific is a very different story. Right now, we have a serious situation actually going on near southern Mexico, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. For those of you over in southern Mexico near Central America, basically throughout June into early July, there's going to be a continued chance of cyclonic development. So please be very careful and keep an eye on all of the updates from the National Hurricane Center. For the week valid from June 25th to July 1st, we're looking at a greater than 40% chance of development in the Eastern Pacific, and we have that's up to a 40 to 60% chance. And then for the week July 2 to 8, we have a 20 to 40% chance of development in the Eastern Pacific. Not anything being flagged in the Atlantic Basin. However, I am going to show you something here that I thought was interesting. The global forecast system, or the ensembles of the global forecast system, or the GEFS, depicts enhanced signals for tropical cyclonic activity across the Western Caribbean and the Gulf, but the global forecast system has overdone the potential thus far, precluding any areas for potential development from being designated on the map. What does that mean? Okay, what that means is that basically every day that I've made my videos, the global forecast system has been trying to spin something up in the Western Caribbean region and take it into the Gulf. It could certainly happen, but because it has not happened yet, it sounds like the Climate Prediction Center is deciding that, okay, maybe the GFS is overestimating what could happen here. Let's leave it off the map. Does not mean it can't happen. I'll keep you posted on anything if it does, but it's certainly still an area that we have to watch throughout the month of June and into July. Before we talk about Erick over in the Eastern Pacific, I want to show you here for the next 7 days. Today is June 17th. For the next 7 days, again, Atlantic Basin, no activity is expected. Eastern Pacific is a very, very, very different story. As we can see, we have Tropical Storm Erick, but it's definitely going to be a hurricane at this point. It's rapidly intensifying. These are some of the key messages from the 9 a.m. Central Standard Time outlook from the National Hurricane Center for Tropical Storm Erick. Honestly, by the time you're watching this, it will probably be upgraded to a hurricane. Erick is expected to rapidly intensify before reaching the coast of southern Mexico on Thursday, and a hurricane warning is in effect for portions of the coast of Oaxaca. A hurricane watch is in effect for portions of the Guerrero coast. Now, Erick will produce heavy rainfall across portions of Central America and southwest Mexico throughout the week. Life-threatening flooding and mudslides are possible. We're also expecting a dangerous storm surge and rip currents, my friends. They're really dangerous. Keep a very close eye on this. Don't go in the water. It's not safe. Here's the map at the 12 p.m. Central Standard Time from the National Hurricane Center for Erick. It looks like around early Thursday, we may be looking at a landfall in southern Mexico. Now, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, the official update was showing that the potential for the system might be up around, I think it was around 90 miles per hour winds. I mentioned in that video that it could definitely go higher than that and reach a higher level of intensity, and that is now what is being reflected by the National Hurricane Center. We actually could see a major hurricane out of this system. That's because Erick is in an area that is very conducive for cyclonic development. Very warm water temperatures, very low wind shear, and it is rapidly intensifying. So if you are in the area of southern Mexico, Central America, please make sure that you are following this very, very closely. My friends, the final page I would like to show you is the entire globe for the Global Tropics Hazards Outlook. I focus primarily on the Atlantic Basin and the Eastern Pacific on my channel, but over in the North Pacific, near the Philippines, we could also be seeing some development in the next couple of weeks into the beginning of July. So make sure that you're aware of that if you are over in that part of the world. Please be safe if you are in the Eastern Pacific right now, especially near what will be Hurricane Erick, and I will keep you posted on my channel. Please hit subscribe and that notification bell. I would really appreciate it. And as always, I will keep an eye on the tropical skies come rain or shine.